What's going on, everybody? It is your boy. It is not a bird. It is not your pain. It is your boy, aka the realest man in Fragcom, aka the shield-free man in Fragcom, aka there's a timestamp when actual review of these super fragrances actually start. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for having a great day. And I hope that the fragrance you are wearing today makes you feel super, makes you feel amazing, and is kicking ass. And I thank you so much for being here. And if you are new to my channel and you thought this was like some kind of review on Superman the movie, I'm sorry. I was going to go see it. But you know what? I decided to wait till it comes out on streaming because I don't have a lot of faith in modern cinema these days. So I'm going to wait. Sue me. Go sue me. And best I can tell you is that I'm going to wait. Anyways, I was going to go see it. But in reality, I decided to back out and not see it. I sold my tickets and I decided not to go. But anyways, I digress. This is about fragrances. These are about the 2 Superman releases that came out this year before the movie. And I can't wait to share them with you. I've been waiting and waiting. I've worn both of these a lot. And we sold a lot of samples in the store. Matter of fact, I've had to buy several bottles of these to keep them in stock so you guys can sample them. But before I get into that subject, if you are new, like I said, please hit the like and subscribe. Join the Fat Boy family. This channel is blowing up, and it's all because of you. Because you enjoy the content, you spread the word, and you realize that you're in a place that where you find out that everything I talk about is paid for by me, and everything we discuss here is positive and full of energy, and you get fragrance content, and you have fun listening to it, baby. That's what matters. We're having fun, and we're enjoying the content, okay? All right. If you want to sample either one of these, you can at fatboyfragrance.com. Fatboyfragrance.com, where this weekend we have a great sale going on. 25% off sale site-wide with promo code WEEKEND25. Going over to fatboyfragrance.com, where the customer is always right. Link is below, and also the products are tagged right there for the reviews I'm about to do. So let's get all up in the review on 2 Superman fragrances, and I can't wait to do it. And you know how, oh, I dropped something. No edits, baby. We don't do edits here. No edits. No do-overs. I do one take. And one take, and I always get it right. Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews starts now. And the fragrances we are talking about today, one is from the house of Hugo Boss, one is from the house of Sillage, which is one of my favorite fragrance houses to buy from. They've given us great hits like House of Sillage number 4, Passion de l'Amour, which is one of my favorite go-to signature scents, kind of great, amazing fragrance, and several others I have, and more I'm going to get from them. They've also given us House Sillage has this great contract with Warner Bros. And Disney where they make these fragrances. They're movie themed. We also have the Avatar one. This is Avatar's Way of the Water. Look at that beautiful bottle, right? So House of Sillage has a contract with Warner Bros. Where they do a lot of the licensing for some fragrances. And they have done one particular with them. And where do I have that fragrance at? Somewhere around here. Thought I did. Where did I put it? Here it is. They had released Batman Vengeance a couple years ago in honor of the Batman movie. And they just did the 75th anniversary Batman for the comic. And this one was right here. Batman 75th anniversary. This is my 3rd bottle. I bought this. Very popular. This one here. So we have that one already. So why not give us a Superman? Here is the box. I don't have the box of Hugo X. I can't find it. But here is the box that it comes in. There you go, and there is the presentation. Bam! Beautiful bottle. All of the bottles from House of Sillage all come in the same style, regardless of what the fragrance is or what if it's a licensed product. They always look the same as far as the size or the shape of the bottle. These are all. They're not 100 mLs either. These are 2.5 ounces, and they run about 300 bucks. So be prepared to pay a little bit for this 2.5. They run at $2.99 on the website. If you are new to the website, you can sign up and get 15% off on your first order. Unfortunately, I am not new, so I don't get that discount anymore. Here is the Hugo Boss bottle, Hugo X Superman. This one is called Superman also. Hugo Boss also had a license agreement with them too. And there you go. This is not the first time that Superman has appeared on a fragrance. He's appeared several times. Most famously on the one done by Jean Paul Gaultier, which is the discontinued Jean Paul Gaultier's Superman Eau Fraiche. Hard to get. You're in the $500 range for this one. Unfortunately, your boy does have it. There it is, and I don't have much of it left, but I don't wear this that often. I'm still waiting on Dua to clone this. Come on, Dua. Somebody to clone it and nail it. But that's right there. So you got, this was probably the cooler of the three. And I bought another Superman bottle. It's coming from eBay. It's like a Middle Eastern house. So that'll be here in a couple days. I'm kind of excited about that one too. All right, so let's pull up a note to these bad boys, and we're gonna start off first with Hugo X. Now, this isn't a battle or anything. I'm doing a double review on these. This is all this is. So let's put the notes on this one first, and we'll go from there. And right now we are out of samples on this one, but I will be adding samples into this one right now. While I'm in here, I'm going to add a few samples back in there because I have purchased another bottle of this one. It's on its way. These are about 115 bucks. I suggest if you want this one, get it if you've already tried it, because the fact that it's not going to be around forever. This is a limited run on these, and when they're gone, they're gone. On these type of fragrances, they go pretty fast. All right, so the notes on this bad boy go like this. You've got aldehydes in the opening. You have citrus notes. You have berry fruits, mint, and patchouli. That's it. Now, I will say this. You will pick up the patchouli pretty fast in this one. The patchouli is the note on here that will maybe throw some people off, but I think it brings it together really well. Now, with this one, it's a lot like their Hugo Boss Now bottle, whereas it has that top on it. As you can see, there's a good look at the bottle. You can see it. Then you have to twist it off. I do like that. Very easy to come off. And then the sprayer is pretty good too. So in the air, man, in the air it is very, very nice. Very, very nice. You're gonna get that blast of citrus, the little sweetness there too. Very fresh, very uplifting. The way I think every Superman fragrance should be. It should be fresh and uplifting. You definitely pick up on the freshness of it. The citrus notes are done really well, and those fruity little notes in there blend so well. This is a fresh blast, beautiful opening. Very, very nice. I do love this opening on this fragrance. You know, when I first got this, I liked it, but I wasn't really sure. And after I wore it, I was like, man, this one is a really nice fragrance. What I like about this fragrance is that you can smell the sweetness, but it's also coated with this mint vibe. And it's not a minty medicinal mint. It's not overdone. Mint is used in this case kind of like how mint is used in, say, Torino 21. That way, it's not where it's the star, but it's definitely there, and it's kind of sweetened. Well, it's a little sweeter kind of style of a mint. Done really, really well. This is a fresh banger, in my opinion. I love the way this fragrance starts off. This fragrance is super fresh, super amazing in the opening. Superman. What makes this fragrance stand out, though, and what could have been its kryptonite, I'm full of it tonight, baby, is the patchouli. I didn't know if the patchouli was gonna work. When I noticed that note, I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna see some oak moss in there or some vetiver, but they went right for patchouli. I'm here to say, I'm gonna report to you and say, it works. And does it work? When this thing starts to dry down, that sweetness stays there. The freshness kind of goes away. You're left with a minty sweet vibe. You're like, man, it's still kicking. But then the patchouli kicks in. And I gotta tell you, this thing gets sweeter. This thing gets grimy. This thing gets more masculine. This thing gets a little chocolatey there at some point. This thing turns into a whole new experience. It starts off on this fresh journey, and you're like, wow, fresh, citrusy, sweet, a little bit of mint. And it turns into this sweeter mint, kind of almost chocolatey vibe. I love this fragrance. This thing is beast when it comes to impressing me. And when it heats up, man, does that patchouli even kick in better. This might be the best use of patchouli I've ever seen in a fragrance. I'm amazed. Simply amazed. I love this fragrance. When should you wear this fragrance? It's not a dressed up fragrance. It's a fun fragrance. Wear this in the summer, some in the fall, and in the spring. Maybe not in the winter, but definitely it's a 3-season fragrance easily. All right, let's find out if Hugo X Superman gets my full seal of approval, and if it's blind bottle worthy. All right, first box, performance. Pretty good, not bad. 5 to 7 hours, I'll take it. Projection, decent. People they smell me from afar pretty good. I can smell the fragrance for a while on me. I'll take it. I'll give it a solid check for that. Yeah, full check. Second box, first impressions, amazing. You just heard my whole story about first impressions. I love this first impression, and it gets better and better as you wear it. It's almost turning into almost like a crypto mint vibe, and it's really weird. I just said crypto and mint and Superman. Isn't that crazy? Man, I'm full of the puns today. So full check on first impressions, full check on performance. I think it's a solid performing fragrance. Third box, does the wifey like it? And is this the compliment getter? The wifey liked it. She didn't go crazy over it, but she liked it. My daughter liked this one too. Now, did I get a compliment wearing it? I don't think I did. I can't really remember or recall me getting a compliment wearing it, but I did wear this several times. Do I feel like this could be a compliment getter? Toss up. I'm not going to check it because I don't think it really is, but my wifey did like it. Let's leave it at that. Final box. How much do I recommend this out of a 0% to 100%? And is this blind bottle worthy? All right, I'm going to give this about a 95% recommendation. I do think it's blind bottle worthy for this reason. If you're a Superman fan, you gotta have it. And at $115, it's worth every penny at that. If this was a regular fragrance, it'd be worth that. It's a solid fragrance. It's a solid designer fragrance. Will we see this cheaper? Maybe. I'm just not sure about this one. It's hard to get in some places. I think Amazon has it. But this fragrance is blind bottle worthy in my opinion because it is a great fragrance. And the only reason I'm not giving it a perfect score because it's not a compliment getter, and you can't really give 100% if it doesn't hit all the boxes. But I still think it's blind bottle worthy, and I think you will not be disappointed if you get it. As long as compliments could come, I just don't remember getting one. And I still think it's blind bottle worthy. So Superman Hugo X Superman from Hugo Boss, definitely a fantastic fragrance and a good representation of Superman. All right, moving on to the next one. And now I have bought 2 of these. We already almost ran out of the other one. With these House of Sillages, I usually run them down to about 25% left, and then I'll put it up and I'll just keep that for myself. And then I'll go into the next bottle and run it down to about 30% and keep that one and get another bottle. I don't like to run them all the way out because they're such a cool looking bottle and I like the boxes, and I'll just keep them. And I'll just keep it for myself. So I have bought another bottle of Superman already. It's like I'm ready for it. But with this one right here, if you've never used the House of Sillage, they got the James Bond button, I like to call it, little bit of a push the button right there, and watch this. Wow. One more time for you. I think that's one of the coolest things about this bottle. I love that. And that is their trademark thing. and I love it. All right, so on the skin, in the air, let's go. Oh, man. Man, oh man. This one is very, very nice in the air. This one hits all the fresh notes you could want in the air. And let me pull out my phone so I can pull the notes back up again. Let me spray it on my hand again because I kind of put my hand in my pocket. I want to make sure we keep it fresh. Oh, Superman. Oh, House of Sillage. Look at that beautiful bottle again. It's a fingerprint magnet. Look at that gorgeous raised letter on there. Beautiful blue color in there. Just a stunning work of art in my opinion. Alright, so let's pull up the notes on this bad boy. This one has a lot more notes. But this one you got grapefruit in the opening. Check. Marigold, which is like a floral note. Check. Cassis, like a kind of a herbal note. Basil, apple, and pear in the opening, and you do pick up on both of those in the opening. Middle you have rose, lavender, cardamom, and cinnamon. Bottom you got sandalwood, amber tonic, cedarwood, vanilla, and oak moss. I will tell you that their cardamom and cinnamon is one of the best notes that they use, and I get it. I see that notes in a lot of their other fragrances. And whatever they use for cardamom and cinnamon is phenomenal. Their ingredients are amazing. They use top-notch ingredients, niche quality across the board. Alright, so this fragrance, when you first smell it, you're gonna pick up those citrus notes with those apple and that pear's there. But there is an herbal quality to this. In the opening, man, it is a gorgeous opening too. This is a standout opening. I would say this is top 5 best opening on a fragrance this year. We have had some amazing competition when it's come to niche fragrances this year for summer. We've had Castley from Parfums de Marly, easily one of the best summer releases this year for niche fragrances. We've had Never Ending Summer from Replica, another banging summer fragrance. We've had, of course, one of my favorites this year, which is Goldfield and Banks Pacific Rock Moss Flower. Just all stunners. And this one you could add to the list. Probably the best opening of all of them. I almost like it. Oh man. I wore this probably 7 or 8 times. The only other fragrance that I wore more than this was my signature scent, Acqua di Gio Elixir. That's how much I wore this fragrance, okay? That should tell you something about Superman from House of Sillage. Now, House of Sillage has probably, of all the fragrances in my collection, I've probably worn this house the most. I'm a huge fan of this house. I'm a cheerleader for this house. I love everything they put out. Oh, man. This thing smells so great in the opening. That citrus, the pear, the apple, the herbal notes, they all work great together. It's a hit in the opening. As it dries down, you do get a little bit of that cardamom vibe. It loses a little bit of its sweetness and its luster. But where it kind of picks back up for me is I start to smell a little bit of a vanilla vibe in there. The citrus will die down, but you keep this sweet vanilla kind of cardamom vibe all the way throughout. I never get any kind of floral component, but it holds on to this sweet vanilla, slightly citrus vibe through the whole fragrance. And it's probably the best combo I've ever smelled when it comes to that. This is bright, uplifting, summer, no doubt. This is more of a 2-season fragrance, spring and summer, and that's it. Hugo Boss X was more of 3 because the patchouli carried it. This is a lighter, more fun fragrance. This is brighter. This is, even though that one was bright, this one's a lot more brighter. This is James Gunn's Superman. This is probably Zack Snyder's Superman. Still hope, but a little bit darker. A lot of fun and a lot of goofiness. That's the best way I can describe them. They're both phenomenal. They're both getting the job done. This one does it in a brighter, more fun, loosey-goosey way. This is a little more serious. All right, Let's find out if Superman from Sillage is going to get my full seal approval and that blind bottle worthy seal. All right, performance. Here's where it kind of hits and miss on this one. I would say probably about 3 to 5 hours tops. You're going to say to yourself, is that worth $2.99? We'll see at the end. 3 to 5. And then one day I got close to 6 maybe. It just depended on my skin chemistry that day and the heat really what drove it. And if I sprayed my clothes, I could pull 6 if I was lucky. But tops 6, no more. You're going to have to respray this, but I didn't mind at all. I'm going to give it a half a check for performance. Second box, first impressions, 100% amazing. Full check on that. Third box, does the wifey like it? Is a compliment getter. You can count on 4 compliments over the 8 times or 7 times I wore this. This is a compliment machine. The wifey loved it. Anybody who smelled this loved this fragrance. It's a hit when it comes to that. No doubt. Very popular, very mainstream, super uplifting. Fourth box, do I give my full seal approval? Absolutely, 100% seal approval. Even with the lack of performance, I can live with that when it comes to this. Compliment factor kind of counts for me a little bit more than performance because I don't mind carrying a decant. If I don't get noticed as much as I don't, that's what matters to me. Now to you it might not matter as much. You can always spray more of a fragrance, but if nobody really thinks it smells good, you can't overcome those kind of things. You can overcome bad performance by respraying. You can't overcome the fact that people don't think you smell good. This is still 100% approval, 95% for me on this one. This just smells way better than this one. It's just more fun. All right, is it blind bottle worthy at $2.99 to $1.15? That's the question. That is the big question. That's the one you're gonna have to make up on your own. I'm not gonna say it's blind bottle worthy for one reason, because at $300, can you live with the 3 to 5 hours? That is the question. If you can live with the 3 to 5 hours, then buy it. I can't give it a blind bottle worthy seal with that lack of performance, but it smells amazing, guys. Sample it before you buy it, but if you love the way it smells, it's worth every penny. All right, that's it for Superman. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did see the movie, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Y'all have a great day. And you know I always tell you, baby, if you smell good, like I do right now, and you feel good, then it's gonna be all good. Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews is out.
Smell that, fat boy, ain't no shilling his set. Paid for the bottles, never ducked the debt. Authenticity, dripping every cent I get. Frauds need a